Okay, YouTubers, today what I'm working on is a Dodge Durango front end. I'm rebuilding replacing the brake pads and rebuilding the brakes. Mainly what I'm doing is replacing the brake pads because I was looking at this side and the rotor looks pretty good, you know, so I'm going to check the other side. I went ahead and took the wheels off and I got all safely blocked up and everything. As you can see, there's some blocks over there, okay? Got it safely blocked up, you know. Okay, on this side, what I'll forewarn you ahead of time is on this side, when you're taking the wheels off of a Dodge, usually a truck, on this side, remember the lug nuts turn the opposite way. In other words, instead of, it would seem like you're screwing them, but instead of turning them counterclockwise to get them off, clockwise, you turn them counterclockwise to get them off. In other words, they're left-handed threads, so you unscrew them backwards from the normal way you do it. Now, on this side, you got to use a 45 Torx. It's 45 Torx socket, or like a Allen wrench. Anyway, they call it a 45 Torx. Okay, so now I'm going to take the two screws out of the. In other words, there's two pins here you got to take out with this Torx thing. See? Okay, I'm going to pause this while I unscrew it because it's not very interesting in doing this. I'll be back. Okay. Once you unscrew these two pins, just take your pair of pliers, pull them out like that. See, there's one on the top and one on the bottom here. Okay, that gives you two pins. Now that'll release your caliper. Now that's not the end of it. You still got this one piece over here. Oscar, go turn the wheel more straight for me, okay? So that people can see it.
Straight?
Yeah, straight. Be easier to do. I'm going to show you what you got. Dodge is a little bit different because I actually honestly believe they got a better retainer on their brake. A little bit more. Okay, that ought to be good. So what I do generally, see, I take this piece right here, see, pull it forward like that a little bit, okay, just to release it. I try not to distort it. Pull a little bit. Now what's got to come out is, you see right here, this little piece right here. So anyway, you pop that retainer off, then you take you something like a screwdriver or something, sit in here, see, right in behind the caliper, pry up against this point. This will compress the piston and the caliper enough for you to get the brake caliper off. See, it's pretty loose right now, but I'm going to give myself, compress a little bit more, give myself a little extra room so I can hold on without falling, and maybe it'll come out. Okay, see, it came right off. Okay, just flip it over right here. See, now you can withdraw your brake pads, as you see. Okay, now you might need to still, because the retainers on this Dodge, you have to release these. Very easy, they come off. Just take you something like a screwdriver. I'm using a punch here, because it just happens to be handy, not because that's the recommended tool. And there, off it comes. Now take it, you put it back in place, or just, what I don't really, just set it back about where it goes, and we got to go to the auto parts store and get some parts. I'll just straighten the wheel up, and I want to spray it down with a little brake cleaner and tell the people something else. Okay, hold on just a minute, people. He's going to turn the wheel back. Turn it more straight. I'm just having it turn it straight so you guys can see the condition. Now, last night when I looked at the rotor, I just knew this rotor was always a little more. Okay, good. I just knew that this rotor, I hope you're getting a good shot on that. So let me get down here where you see this rotor, it looks like it's eat up, and it's not. You know, I thought when I looked at it, I said, we're going to need a new rotor, but we're not. What's wrong with this rotor is it's got some sort of debris, what do you call, you know, like road scuzz or grease or something on it. So I'm going to need to get some brake cleaner and clean it up, you know. So this ain't going to be as expensive a job as I thought it was going to be. And I checked the bearings, they're in good shape. I was going to pull this whole mess off. I said I'm going to have to replace at least one of these rotors, and both the rotors are in good shape. But come to find out, it ain't been long ago he replaced the rotors and the pads, but he said he was having some amount of sound coming from the back end of the truck. Like I told him, sometimes you'll be in the vehicle and you think, oh, that sound's coming from the back, and on brakes inadvertently, half the time you guess it's the back one. In fact, it's something scraping on the front. I'm going to check it all out, put it back together as we go through this project. It won't take, but this is a very short project, and it's wise that you don't always have to have a complete brake job. Check these rotors. If these rotors are in good shape, and you have no leaks coming out of the calipers, generally it just means a pad change, okay? And no, you do not have to change your turn your rotors every time you do this, you know. Here's another little heads up. A lot of times, like around here, they've been charging them, I think, like $20 to turn a rotor, okay, which I find is a little pricey, you know. But the rotor's probably $25, $26 for a brand new rotor. So I say, hey, don't have them turn. You know, always check that. Check what the price of turning versus a new brake rotor, you know. And because you'll find if it's $5 or $6 difference, change the rotor. Because you now you got say you got like a 2010 model car, you change the rotor. Now you got 2017 model brakes, you know, because you put everything on it 2017. Pardon me, I got the hiccups. Okay, trying to get a lot of information to you in a short amount of time. But when you see the rotor's good, no, everybody, there's people that they don't know any better. Oh, you got to change the rotors. Well, these rotors are relatively flat, you know. And I say, don't change the rotors. If they're bad enough, you got to change them. And usually you can tell by the thickness up here. This has got plenty of material to turn them if I wanted to. But if I'm going to turn them, I'm going to change them if the price is pretty close to turning them. Okay, now we're going to squirt a little brake cleaner on here to see if the scuds will come off the surface of the rotor. Okay, watch, I'm gonna spray. Oh, it's coming off. Yeah, it's washing off. It's scuds, just garbage on there. Okay, good deal here. Okay, I'm gonna shut the video off while I go wash the other side too. I'll get back with you. Okay, now after we went to the auto parts store, got our brake pads, we're back here to reassemble this mess. Okay, we had lifetime warranty shoes, but they say the auto parts store said there wasn't lifetime warranty. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering about that. Anyway, now in reverse fashion of what you did, we're going to do this. We're going to take this little gizmo here. See if y'all can see that. Yeah, this thing here. What this for is to push the. Okay, in another instance, you see, I've taken this compressor here and put on top of the new shoe. Should have used the old shoe, but this works just as well. And you take it and put it in it. That gives you a little extra reach, and you see it'll directly compress that piston all the way back into the caliper. Okay, get it good. See, you got to have as much room as possible because these pads are so thick. And don't try to press this too hard. Just give it a little twist at a time, kind of firmly, you know, and let the fluid flow back into the. Now you see what it's doing. You see I got the thing mounted just like it was the other shoe, you know, the outside shoe, and I'm pushing up against this shoe to get it in as far as I can. And it looks like it's all the way in, but it's not. It's got a few more thousandths to go in, and every thousandth counts. And the reason you set and let it relax is so that there's no pressure pushing back on the pad to push it back out, you see. And because when you press the fluid back up in there, it'll stay as long as you keep the pressure on. And then when you release it, it shouldn't come back out. It's pretty much compressed right now, I'd say. Yeah, see, it looks like it's almost flush here, you see. Use this. See, this piston is about flush with the face of the caliper. Okay, let's take it out. It should fit if I put the other shoe in, it should fit this time. I keep calling them shoe, but it's really a pad. I see the pads, they just slip on like this, you see, just down in there like that. Give a little tap and they're in there. Okay, now let's see if it'll fit on the rotor. Bring it up here where you can see the rotor. There you go, see, went right in. Okay, now that you got that in, before you put that safety clip back on, take these little pins here, the little pins that go in it. I guess I ought to show them to you. Anyway, these are the little pins that go on the back side, okay? Now, take your little tool, your 45 Torx. Okay, we're finished with the Healy coil. we got the brake assembly back together, the shoes in it and everything. Now all we're trying to do is put the pins back in it, you know. So this is about the end of the job here. So all you got to do is just pretty much is, this one here was a little difficulty that I had to helicoil this top. Okay, here we are. We're a day later, because last night when I was trying to film this, I ran out of batteries. I had to take all my cameras home. I ain't got much of camera, but had to take home and change these charge these little old batteries. Okay. Anyway, the point I want to make today is I didn't really have the problem I thought I was going to have. I thought I was going to have to turn the rotors and everything on this thing. The word of caution was that if you got to change, if you got to turn your rotors, always check to see what the price is of a new rotor versus a turned rotor, because $5-6 extra, I'm changing the rotor, okay, instead of going through all the problem of taking this stuff over there, waiting for them to turn them, then bring them back, you know, and all that. You know, I ain't going through all that, you know. And most of these, now the auto parts stores done come up with this thing where if you don't buy new rotors, they're not going to give you the lifetime warranty. I don't know who started that, you know, but used to, you just, lifetime warranty is lifetime warranty. But anyway, best chance, always try to buy new rotors if they're reasonably within the price of having them turned, you know, if it's worth going back and forth and all that, you know. But that, and another little precautionary thing I told you about yesterday was, you see these pins that screw in, that hold the brake caliper on? Well, on a Dodge, the pins, it's a real high quality bolt that screws into a very poor piece of metal that makes up the spindle. Okay, so you got to watch these. If they feel a little wobbly when you tighten them up, or they feel a little, you know, like they're spongy, like they're going to turn loose, you best to helicoil them or just go get you another spindle out of the junkyard, you know. This one here really on the other side needs it, but I managed to helicoil it. The guy even gave me, I think was the wrong helicoil. It didn't feel good going up, but it was tight, so good enough for me. And anyway, you get running a problem for you fellas, a word of safety, just go to the junkyard. There's plenty of vehicles this age with spindles on them, and it's going to be the cheapest way to go, because I'm telling you, helicoil is going to cost you about $40 to do this, you know. So just buy you another rotor, and another spindle. You probably, when you get the spindle, you probably get the little bolts too, you know. I asked them to give me that. And so anyway, I got it all back together here, you know, with fresh new pads on it. It really didn't need them, but the boy wanted to change them, so we changed the pads on it, you know, checked the rotors, they're good and slick, you know. He told me he'd bought rotors on it, you know, and apparently he had, because they're real thick. They've never been turned other than from the factory, so he's ready to go with this setup, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and button it back up. I ain't going to make y'all watch any more like putting the tires on. I think y'all know how to do that. So anyway, there you see it. She's all finished up and everything, you see. So make sure I'm getting you down there. See, all finished up, all sandwiched up, all the pads in, ready to go. Now just one little point before I go. The most aggravating part of this job, if you're doing a Dodge, is like I told you about the wheels, the studs on the other side being left-handed threads, so you have to put them, it's like you're putting them on backwards. Okay, you got to, this side, to tighten them up, you turn them clockwise. On the other side, you turn them counterclockwise. So just watch for this. Sometimes your studs will have an L. Right in the center of the stud, it'll have an L. That means it's a left-handed thread, or generally that's what it means. And this spring right here, this is a pain in the butt to get on, you know. You just have to, you have to play with that thing to get it on, you know. I don't do this every day, you know. I don't do a Dodge every day. Matter of fact, once in a blue moon I do a Dodge, because most people do it themselves. But this little spring here, don't leave it off. It's like an anti-rattle spring, you know, and keeps your brake pads from rattling, you know. It's a pretty good little deal, but boy, it's a pain to get on. So anyway, I gotta finish. I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheels on this. I ain't gonna film that, you know, because y'all know how to put a wheel on. I'm gonna button it up, put the wheels on it, and this will be the end of this job. Anyway, for more mechanical videos, you can come back to Dino's Workshop. I'll try to give you tips on things to look out for, how to do it, you know, whatever, you know. But y'all come on back and see me, and I'm enjoy y'all spending the afternoon with me. And next time I'll try to keep my batteries all full charged up. Okay, thanks for dropping by. See you later.